Welcome back to the channel. Okay, sorry about the shimmy shake there. Getting a little bit excited. We're wrapping up 2025, ready to jump into 2026. So I'm going to break down December. I'm also going to break down all of 2025 to let you know how we did. But before I do that, I think you should like and subscribe, because next year we've got some incredible information coming your way that's going to save you thousands of dollars and help you set yourself up for success in the coming years. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but we have had fewer real estate transactions nationwide than we did in 2008, which was right after the housing bubble crisis. So 2008, we had about 4.1 transactions. Then for 2029, 2010, 2011, we continue to see a flat line of record low real estate transactions nationwide, floating right at that 4 million mark. Ever since the COVID boom in 2023, 2024, and wrapping up this year in 2025, we are floating right around 4 million total transactions in the United States. When we look at that in terms of buyer demand, absorption, people in the market in general, we don't have as much demand, as many buyers. The difference, though, is that while we still have an increased supply compared to our buyer pool right now, it is nowhere near what it was in 2008. We saw like probably 10 homes for every buyer in 2008, 2009. Right now, we've got about 2 or 3 homes for every buyer. So with the big gap that we saw in 2008, yes, prices came down. Right now, although we do have a larger supply of homes for buyers, buyers are able to negotiate, get some price drops, maybe get some closing costs, things like that. We don't have enough inventory for prices to come down. For my lovelies out there who have been waiting for the crash, that have heard about a real estate bubble, and we're going into 2026, you might have missed it. It may have just happened through 2023 and 2025. I do not expect we're going to have a big change in 2026. But interest rates are heading downwards, and we do not have an increase in foreclosures. Foreclosures would be another sign that the real estate market is weakening and that prices are going to come down. We have no signs of that. In fact, in lots of places, we have record low foreclosure numbers. So prices are trending down in 2026, and we've had 3 hard years. What we know about real estate: what goes down must come up. What goes down must come up. What goes down must come up. Hopefully they edit that part out of the video for you. So we talked a little bit about what happened in 2025. And if you're looking for a crash, you've probably already missed it. Let's talk about the Boise local market. We have had a nice softening of our market. Buyers are able to start negotiating much more than they have in the past. Lots of price drops happening. We're seeing sellers having to cave on prices and concessions and things like that. New construction's doing incredibly well because lots of those, shout out to CBH, they are doing like a $40,000 promo on a home of $500,000 or more. So they're giving you $40,000 to buy appliances, buy to your rate down, all that kind of stuff. So new construction's actually not doing too bad right now. But existing homes, we have had a lot of inventory on the market. If you're a seller out there right now, I know you know it. What we're seeing right now towards the end of the year, which is typical of what we see this time of year, we have a lot of people pulling their home off the market, waiting for spring market. And if you want to know what I think that spring market is, it's much sooner than you think, and you're going to have to pay attention to the January 2026 market update. So maybe now would be a good time to subscribe. But with those sellers that do need to stay on the market right now, you have less competition. Other sellers can't do it, so they're pulling their home off the market. If a buyer pool is flatlining, there's still people out there writing contracts. It hasn't gone completely. But those of you who are still on the market, you still have some buyers out there. There may be a chance, because of less competition with other homes on the market, you might be able to do well in the next coming months. That's that for the local listing market. Let's talk a little bit again about interest rates coming down. So I know you also have seen the news, the Fed's dropped rates again. It doesn't directly impact mortgage rates, but I do have a graph that shows that as interest Fed fund rates come downwards, eventually so will the mortgage rates. We are seeing a steady trend downwards on mortgage rates, which is really fantastic. It hasn't been enough to kick that first-time buyer back into the buyer pool, but should we see rates continue to go down in 2026, I think we'll start to see more buyers enter into the market. Additionally, because we have the rates coming down and everybody's hearing the news and thinking, okay, maybe I should go get a mortgage application in, see where things lie. because rates are coming down, we might see a little push of the buyer pool earlier next year than we would in other markets. So we'll pay attention to that data in January 2026. Okay, I got a graph here and it shows you job growth in the United States, state by state, through 2020. So 2020 to 2025, which states had the most job growth? And guess what? Yeah, you guessed it. Idaho leads the nation in job growth. That's new jobs, higher paying jobs. I love to share this data. I want to make sure you're paying attention to it because yes, there are markets that are softening throughout the United States. Not every market is doing as well. When you look at economic data here in the Treasure Valley, we have a lot of sustained in-migration. We have a lot of job growth and higher paying jobs. While there is still somewhat of an affordability crisis, we have economic data that could help bolster that and support those household incomes. I also read somewhere that we have over 50 cranes in the Treasure Valley right now, which leads the nation in the amount of cranes that are actually operating to build things here in the Treasure Valley. My whole point in sharing all of this with you is that I know there are a lot of people out there. You're waiting on the sidelines to see what happens. All of the data we have right now suggests that there will not be a crash. So those of you who are waiting for the bubble, you missed it. Just trust me, you missed it. Let's take a look at the market where it is now, where we still are seeing sellers make concessions and price drops, and see if you can position yourself in one of those areas, those hot pockets of growth, to help you put yourself in a position where 5 to 10 years down the road, where all this job growth is paying off and home prices escalate, you've gotten yourself into the market and you ride the wave of what is going to happen here in Boise in the future. I'm really excited about it, and I will continue to update you all as we go month by month. So thank you very much for joining me today on our 2025 recap. 2026 is just around the corner, and I have some interesting data. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I do think it's going to be a little bit better. And next month, I will show you why. Thanks for joining me today. As always, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next month.